Just picture the chaos inside your engine. The crank is splashing around in the oil is foaming up and it's not lubricating the engine. You're getting problems with leaks and all sorts of other disasters. This is exactly what happens if you overfill your engine oil. The degree to which you overfill it depends from engine to engine. There are videos out there where people have chosen an old engine that is quite tolerant as proof that it doesn't matter, but judging by the comments that you guys have left on my previous videos, it does matter. We're going to look at symptoms, things to look out for that could indicate you've got a problem with too much oil in your engine. We're going to look at what you should do if you've got too much oil in your engine, the practical ways of removing oil. There's a couple of pitfalls that we need to avoid as well. And we're going to discuss as well the damage, the problems that happen from having too much oil inside our engine. Most people might assume that you can have too much of a good thing, and it's good. Too much oil lubricates the engine. The reality is very different though. A lot of the comments on previous videos around this channel and on our website indicate that people have taken the car out of a service and they've started to get symptoms that would indicate the car has too much oil inside it. These symptoms include blue or white smoke from the exhaust. Typically blue, but sometimes white smoke happens. Burning oil smells where oil is dripping onto hot engine components. Fresh oil leaks. You might notice spots on your drive. You might notice leaks on the engine around gaskets and seals. Rough idling or juddering or loss of power. Difficulty starting, removing the spark plug and inspecting them and noting that there's a lot of oil residue on top of the spark plug, causing the spark to become foul. Turbo whine, a classic indicator that the turbo is not getting enough lubrication and it's starting to wear. Stalling. Some viewers have commented that the car wouldn't go over 60 miles an hour. The car just protects itself and goes into this safe mode. If that is happening after we've had an oil change done, we need to investigate. That is a symptom that we have a problem with too much oil in our engine. Obviously, check the dipstick. You know how to do that. I'm not going to patronize you, but make sure that the oil level is correct. And if it isn't, do something about it. Firstly though, what's happening inside the engine with too much oil? You have the crank at the bottom of the engine that is spinning just above the sump. The oil is in the sump below the crank. If the crank is starting to splash inside the sump, you've got high velocity sprays of oil inside the engine. That's going to play havoc with various seals inside the engine. Even the piston rings are going to struggle to keep the oil contained if it's hitting them at pressure, and you're going to start to burn oil as the lubrication is going to struggle inside the engine, primarily due to the fact that the oil is now full of bubbles and you've got these absences of oil inside the oil. The oil pump is going to struggle. It's used to pumping oil around the engine, not foam. And with the crank splashing in the oil, it's going to cause foam to build up in the oil. This can damage the oil pump. The typical components in the engine that will show the first signs of wear and tear are typically the bearings, the camshaft, the turbocharger, and even the piston rings. All quite expensive components to deal with and repair. When you check the oil, always make sure you do it on level ground. Always do it on a warm engine and allow the oil time to drain down into the sump to get a good measurement. They're the classic mistakes people make when checking oil. How do oil overfills happen? Well, not draining out all of the oil before you start filling it up again is classic. If you fill it up with 4.5 litres of oil and there's half a litre in there already from the old oil, you've now got 5 litres of oil, which is too much. You might have two mechanics working on a car and one puts the oil in and the other comes along without realising and puts more oil in. In a classic situation then, instead of having 4.5 litres of oil, you'll have 9 litres of oil, and that is a substantial overfill. But most garages will spot that mistake before they even sign the car off and give it back to the customer, although it has been noted that that's not been the case and people have ended up with a car with twice as much oil as it should have in it. Another situation, when just driving along, you can get oil dilution where moisture and fuel build up in the oil and that can cause the oil level to raise. So it's a really good idea to check the oil regularly. Maybe weekly if we use the car a lot, or particularly if we do lots of short trips. Monthly is ideal for most drivers though. Let me know in the comments how often you check your oil level, but it really does make sense to check the oil and not to assume it can't rise as we use the car, because that has caught a few people out. Another common mistake is trying to judge it by eye. You know the car needs 4.5 litres, you've bought your oil in a 5-litre container, and you're going to try and eyeball it and see how it goes. In the main, people miss. We're not that good at judging. If that's the case, your car takes 4.5 litres of oil and you've got a 5-litre container, drain off 1/2 litre, measure that 1/2 litre out, and then top up with whatever's left. And in most cases, I would say to just put most of the oil in, let it settle, check the level, see how it's going, and then put the remainder in if you're still below the max level. Manufacturers have set the max level on the dipstick conservatively. There's usually a bit of leeway over the max level, but they're covering their backs and protecting themselves there. They ideally want to see the oil level somewhere between the max and the min to provide the ideal lubrication for the engine. Most drivers will aim for the max under the assumption that the oil is going to be used by the engine and that oil level is going to drop slightly. But the reality is engines are different. Some engines have quite a wide tolerance. There's a big gap between the bottom of the crank and the top of the sump. And if that's the case, they will tolerate a lot more oil than a car that maybe is a smaller capacity engine with a high revving nature. And again, the construction of the engine and the way it's used, if you've got a high RPM engine, it's going to be more sensitive with the crank splashing in the oil than a lower RPM engine. On diesel engines, for example, they tend to operate in lower RPM conditions, and they're probably more tolerant than most petrol or gasoline powered cars of overfilled engine oil. How do you fix it if you've got too much oil in your engine? Well, don't make the mistake of trying to drain it off through the oil filter, because you won't get much oil out. The filter itself doesn't contain that much oil, and the housing is quite high up in the engine, so there's usually nothing that's going to flow out of the engine when you undo the oil filter. The other thing people will do is just slacken off the sump. Now, the oil will gush out. It's very easy to just extract a measured 1/2 litre or so of oil by disconnecting the sump plug and just draining it off. You'll need to be very, very quick and very measured. In most cases, it's better to just let a majority of the oil drain out and then measure it back into the engine more carefully. You can get oil extractor pumps, dropping a tiny tube down the dipstick or through the filler into the bottom of the engine, making sure it gets right down into the sump. And you can literally just pump the oil out, and you can measure that oil as it comes out into a jug or a container and give yourself a good idea as to how much oil you've removed and get the levels where they should be. Judging by the hundreds of comments, it really does make sense to check the oil level after a service. You'll make sure the garage has actually done the oil change for starters. If the oil is dirty, they've forgotten, or they're just trying to charge you for an oil change that never happened. If the level is excessively high, go back to the garage. Get them to deal with it. A lot of even main dealers do a slight overfill on the oil. And annoyingly, as some people have mentioned, if your car takes 7.1 litres of oil, the mechanics will charge you generally for 8 litres of oil rather than 7 litres plus 0.1. That adds up over time, doesn't it? So that 2-minute check can save you from having blown seals, oil leaks, catastrophic engine failure. Sadly, some viewers that commented about this problem that they had with too much oil in their engine had very serious damage. The pistons needed to be replaced. The crank had become detached from the rods. The excessive vibration caused as the crank starts smashing into the oil in the sump caused catastrophic engine failure that required a major rebuild. It certainly makes sense to just keep an eye on our oil level and make sure it is within acceptable parameters. If you found this video useful, please boot the like button, and if you're interested in maintaining your engine and getting the best performance and long-term reliability from your engine, you'll enjoy this video and this playlist. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so you don't miss out on all the great content we've got planned for you. Thanks for watching. See you in these next videos.